can drive a Volvo like you hate it. Cheaper than psychiatry.
What's going on, YouTube? My name is Angel, and I'm here to talk to you about this video. In this video, I'm going to be working on my 1966 Volvo 122. As you can tell, I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm new to this whole YouTube thing, so you got to give me a real break. A lot of people said it'd be good for me, and I don't know if I have the personality to really be on YouTube. I'm in the process of restoring it, and it is a runner and it's a driver. It's been sitting since 1984. We can't figure out the reason why. It does run and drive, but it is an automatic. I believe that's the problem. The problem with these cars, you cannot drive them on the freeways. They're not very fast. Automatics, they're pretty poor. The Volvo normally is a 4-speed manual, so this one, it's kind of special because what's going in it is a 1984. It's funny, the year it stopped driving on the road. B21. Yeah, you heard that right. I'm putting a B21 in a 122, and instead of a B20 or the B230, I'm going with a B21. Why? Because it just so happens we LS swapped a 240, an 84 240, and its engine was perfectly good. It only had around 100,000 miles on it. I decided to make these videos on the Volvo 122. I could introduce you to my 71 El Camino that is LS swapped, nowhere near done, and needs a lot more work. But on this 122 project, I bought it last year and it's been sitting since. I got it running and driving, but I kind of didn't touch it after that. I bought it and had about 2 weeks to get it ready for a local show, sort of local, called Slow Rolling, and unfortunately 2 weeks wasn't enough, on top of being in the middle of getting a 1984 Volvo 240 ready for the show. It was basically a cruise, but I told my buddy Robert we could definitely get his car done in a month, and we put a Chevy LS motor in it and got it ready and got it down to slow. We did that all in a matter of a month, and to be honest, I still don't know how we finished it in time. We pulled apart a parts car for that engine and trans, got the lines ran, got the drive shaft made, threw it all together, and we actually drove that thing 500 plus miles for the show. And I guess it was just a cruise, for a weekend cruise, but at the same time we got it all together and done. And I tried to make some videos on that, and to be honest, they were horrible. And you could see it in the montage, but it just wasn't good. I mean, there were a whole bunch of missing sections. I actually tried to do some videos too on my 71 El Camino, as you can see behind me, but unfortunately they were just not good. So I'm really going to try to get this done right with the 122 and make some really quality content. Great story would be, I hope to make a video soon about my 1991 MR2 and the accident that changed my life. But for now, let's try to get through what I've done so far. So this is a nice little spreader. You use this mostly for Bondo. If you actually cut a nice little V groove in here, it becomes a trim removal tool. And quite a few manufacturers use those style clips, especially on body trim. So all there is in the body holding it like this, and as you come through here and press these, they go together, and with a little persuasion on each side, you kind of rock and plop, there it goes. So you waste a 50-cent scrape, a 50-cent Bondo spreader, but you gain a nice little tool that can actually save your trim, which could save you hundreds down the line. Here is a great tip. Always put the hardware where it goes. So when it comes back to putting the car back together,
you know exactly where the bolts are.
As you can see, my garage is a total mess. I'm hoping to have more videos out soon. Hopefully I could be doing a video, at least releasing one every other week. We'll see how that goes. I'm not going to videotape body work. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Just sanding down for hours and hours and hours. It's not really worth recording. So if someone is interested in it, go ahead and write in the comments. I'll make a video on how we do body work. Originally, the plan for the 122 was to finish getting it running and driving within a month and taking it to slow rolling. We had a cruise this year because of Corona, unfortunately, but it was very fun. We ended up LS swapping the Volvo. We were going to record everything and try to make a video on it, but unfortunately, time crunch. We had a month to do it, and it's surprisingly we got it done in that month, and we took it on a 300 plus mile road trip, and the car made it there and back. We had a very slight problem with drive shaft. Was when you accelerated hard, it would tap the floorboard of the car. So what we ended up doing was put footballs in the rear springs to keep it from compressing. That actually worked, and it got us home about 2 weeks before we finally fixed it the correct way. But we ended up fixing it with adjustable rear control arms, and now that car drives phenomenal. We'd like to swap it over to a 5-speed or a 6-speed, a Cheramic, but budget. We'll see how everything goes. Thanks for watching.